Hello and welcome to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be figuring out how to cut my own hair. You notice my hair is shoulder length right now, and I actually intentionally grew it out to be shoulder length, but it doesn't entirely work with my current lifestyle, and I can't grow it out any longer, which makes it easier to cut again. Because of work, they don't really allow people with longer than shoulder length hair unless you start tying it up carefully and all kinds of things. So that's not worth it for me. So I just want to figure out how to cut my own hair. So I bought some hair clippers and we'll figure it out. So here are the hair clippers that I got. They are waterproof, LED, electric battery. Not much on the box. I think they're some sort of Chinese knockoff of hair clippers. But the reason why I got them is they were fairly inexpensive. And I don't know if it says on here. Maybe not. Not really. But this has a USB charging on it. So unlike a lot of other clippers, you can just plug this into your car or any other USB source, like a computer or something, and charge up your hair clippers. For most people, this might sound like a crazy thing to do, but if you're like me and in a car or soon in a bus, then having USB charging is actually really helpful. All right, so hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm just gonna unbox this. I haven't actually opened this yet to see what's inside. I think that's upside down. Let's see. Yeah, that's right side up. Okay. We'll start with these because they aren't in the box themselves. Very important to put the trash back in the box so that, you know, it doesn't get all over the place. Gotta pack stuff out. Okay. Oh, okay. A bag. Well, my phone suddenly stopped recording, so sorry if everything's suddenly unpacked. I'll go through it again. So, these are the clippers. As far as I can tell, just an on button and some sort of adjustment here. Looks like it adjusts this fence there. I don't know. That can go in the bag. Actually, no, I don't want to. USB cable for charging. Instruction manual. I think this made it into the other video. I don't know. Oil. So apparently when you're doing maintenance on it, there's something that you can oil. I don't know what. We'll find out though. Okay, so these are fences of different shapes. These have an angle on them. This one says 3 millimeters, so I assume this is how long the haircut is. I don't know. This is a USB port, wall charger. Probably won't need this. More fences. So this brush looks like it's something to do with maintaining the clippers, cleaning them. So you brush them like that. Again, I don't know. This enormous comb, which I don't know if this made another video, but it's longer than the bag, so it doesn't fit. I don't know what they were thinking. And this beautiful thing, just an apron basically to protect your shoulders, keep yourself clean while you're cutting your hair. And that's it. So I am a little bit disappointed that not everything that they sent me fits in the case. So I don't know why you wouldn't just make a comb that's slightly shorter. The comb doesn't need to be this long. I mean, it has two different types of combs on it. And you could just make two combs, I guess. I don't understand. I do have another bag that this probably will fit in, that I keep most of the rest of my toiletries and toothbrush and stuff like that in, so this will fit in there. The next segment we're gonna try using it. But first I have to recharge this, so I may not actually get to using this today or really this weekend at all. It might be next weekend that I get to start cutting my own hair, but I'll get back to you. Well, as you can see, it is charging. Took a little while for it to even show a charge, but I think that's the percentage charge. I think it's at 8%. And it does turn on, but I'm not going to turn it on right now. So it looks like the hair trimmer thing is up to 99% charge, which is as high as this reader will read. So I assume that's fully charged, and it turns on. So I think we're ready to go with that. I have a bunch of work to do today, but this evening I'll probably try to use it. So it's been a few weeks since I last posted about cutting my hair, and of course my hair is just a little bit longer now. I actually like it this length, but it's just very difficult to maintain. So I'm going to get it wet. There's no real showers out here, and I don't really have a portable shower yet, but it's raining, so I'm just gonna go stand out in the rain until my hair is a little bit wet, and that should make it a lot easier for the clippers, apparently. That's what the instructions say anyways, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna miss having long hair like this though. Okay, so I have my beautiful apron thing on. I don't think it's on right, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I put the device here on the longest setting. So the longest fence on this, I think, is 12 millimeters. It's like a number 3 or something like that. It's 1.5 inches, thereabouts. I tried looking for a longer one, a longer fence, but apparently this is the longest fence they make for these particular clippers. So what can you do? I guess here goes. I'll just follow the directions and see what happens. Most of the instructions I found suggested starting at the top of your head and working your way back and then doing the sides last. I ended up finding, because my hair was so long, that I pretty much was just grabbing hair and cutting it shorter, not trying to get it really even or close to my head at all. And that seemed to work fairly well. I did try to start at the top and work my way back, which gave me this awesome hairdo. Trimming the very back of my head turned out to be actually quite difficult. Just finding where all the hairs were, I couldn't look in the mirrors, so I found that just using my fingers to feel where the longest hair was and then just kind of aiming for that worked pretty well. Getting around the ears was a little bit challenging as well. Again, I couldn't really look into the phone and see where the longest hairs were, but I could still feel them. And as you can see, it works pretty well. It's just kind of feeling where the hairs were with one hand and then running the clippers over my head with the other. A little while later, I started actually, trimming it to get it nice and smooth and make everything the right length, or the same length at least. And that worked pretty well. At least in the front, on the top of my head, I could use the mirror and see what I was doing. Well, I think that's decent for at least the first pass. I'm gonna go back over and clean things up a little bit, but first let me show you how much hair I no longer have. You can see I was cutting my hair next to the fire pit, and all this is my hair. Definitely a lot lighter and quite a bit colder. So let me show you around the back here. That's always the hardest place to get. I don't know if you can see what that looks like or not, if I actually got it, but it needs a little bit more work. I'll get that sorted out. I'll probably have to finish it up inside the car with the razor, but that's okay, I can do that. So I just went around and carefully cleaned things up like this. I'm super close because my vision is terrible without my glasses, so yep, just went around my head, mostly around the sides and the back, and just really cleaned things up carefully. The top didn't really need a lot of work. Can't really see it very well here, but I am actually in my car and using my phone as a mirror and using the mirror in the sun visor as a mirror, and with this complex setup, I was able to very carefully shave the back of my head. I think I did an okay job, but I don't think the razor really got things as clean as I would have liked, but it was just really hard to see what I was doing. I think the end result was okay, but I can do better next time probably. And so here's the end result. As you can see, it looks fairly even. The back isn't perfectly symmetrical, but it's pretty close, and it's kind of hard to tell with my white spots there anyways, so I don't really think it's a huge problem. But for a first attempt, I think this actually turned out fairly well. Well, I think that was fairly successful. I just need to clean up the clippers and oil them and put them away. They seem to do their job. This was just a really simple haircut. I just did the same fence all the way around. Apparently, normally you do shorter lengths on the backs and sides of your head, but I like my hair just a little bit longer than this anyways, and the top of my head, the hair grows really fast, so I think this will actually still look okay in a few months. We'll see. The hardest part was definitely getting the back right, which I couldn't really film because I was using my camera as a mirror, and there were mirrors involved and all kinds of stuff, but I think it turned out okay. If you're wondering, I'm not actually going gray. I have a white patch on the back of my head. I have white patches all over my skin. I have vitiligo, and so that's all that is. It's actually a little bit larger, and I think a little bit lower than it used to be. They tend to move around a little bit, so they don't stay in the same spot. They kind of move around, and it's kind of entertaining. I think that's it for today, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll post the link for the clippers down in the description below if you want to see what they are. If you enjoyed this video, just remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you think the haircut turned out. I always get lots of mixed opinions when I change hairstyles drastically. Some people like me better with long hair, some people like it better with short. I don't worry about it too much. I just kind of do what I want. Just let me know what you think down in the description below, and thank you for watching.